So hey coaches, Missy here, and today I'm going to talk to you about following up. It's funny because I wrote all the information down I wanted to. I start to film this video. I'm like searching for some other things. And then I found another video with Caleb Thomas, which I absolutely love him because he's a great YouTuber. So I'm going to also attach that. So if you hear some duplicate things, I think it's funny because we're thinking along the same lights. I'm just not as funny as him. So, but I do want to make sure that you get this information and you start to apply it if you haven't already done so. I'm also attaching the coach tracker from Beachbody. Now, this is just an idea for you guys. It's not necessarily what you have to use, but if you don't have one already, you don't have something in place, you don't know how to put things together, then use this one and I think it will really help you. And you can just print it out or you can put them in a document folder form. You can do an Excel spreadsheet. I know there's a whole bunch of other things to do. I'm very old school and I use a notebook, and that's what I was laughing about with Caleb. He's exactly the same way. So a couple things on why you do the follow-up. Think of it this way. You've spent time with this person. You've attracted him into your community, whether it is through your Facebook or a class that you teach or whatever you do. You're connecting with them and you're talking to them about things that, it could be about their family, their friends, but somehow the connection turned into what you do, your fitness, your coaching, whatever. And then are you going to leave it just sitting there? Absolutely not. You want to follow up with them because that keeps the conversation going, yes, but it also shows that you are professional about what you're doing. One of the things that Caleb said, he goes, it will remind them, because remember, this is the first thing on our minds. We're connecting with people, we're talking to them, and then when I started coaching years ago, I would be going like, okay, why are they not messaging me back right now? I'm ready to talk to them. Well, guess what? They have a life too, and it might take 1, 2, or possibly 3 reminders. And I'm the exact same way with Caleb too, is that I do it 3 times and 3 times only, then I let it go. But I don't let it go forever. Then what I do is I mark my calendar for about 2 months down the line, depending on the conversations that I've had with this person, and I start it up again. Because when I say no, to me, it means not now. Because everybody's situation changes, and when it does, I want to make sure I'm there to offer my services and invite them to a challenge group or invite them for a new career. What is the need? Well, what you need to do is be organized. And it's funny because when they gave this to me, I'm like, I'm the least of the organized people in our group. But yet I do follow up with people. I will tell you though, as your team starts to grow, as your community of customers starts to grow, you cannot try to do this with brain power only. You have to have a system in place. And it can be a simple system, like I said, just using a notebook. And in your notebook, you're writing down the person you just talked to. You're writing about what we just talked about. And you're determining a follow-up date. And then I get my calendar and I open up 2 days from that time frame and put their name in there. And I know that that's when I'm going to follow up with them. And if I do a follow-up with them and I can't get a hold of them, I put little acronyms that help me, like LM means leave message, or FB means Facebook, or IN means Instagram, from where I found them. And that's very helpful to me. But again, if you're super organized, you might have a better way of doing this. And there are programs out there, and we'll be glad to put them in the comments section too. But for me right now, especially for you, if you're a newer coach, get organized, but get organized quickly. And that might mean not being able to learn a whole program before you start doing this, because we're on a dash to diamond right now. So I want to get you to get organized, but maybe using something hard first and then going soft into your computer might be the direction you want to go. It's up to you. Who do you need to follow up with? Well, everyone. When you do a follow-up, you want to follow up with everybody. And that doesn't mean just the business people, but that means the people that you've been talking to. You want to follow up with how are your kids and what's going on. And that's a different level of follow-up. It might be a level of follow-up that you will continually do that and never, ever, ever get to challenge groups or your coaching business. And that's okay, because you made a connection with somebody that maybe these become your best friends. You never know. So you want to follow up with everybody. Now, if it's a business opportunity, I make sure that I mark it into my calendar to follow up with them, whether it's a business opportunity or a challenge pack, because I don't want to forget about them. I don't want to have it all in my head. Then something happens with my kids. I run off and do something with them, and I have forgotten to put it down to follow up with them. And then maybe I've even told them that I'll follow up with them in 2 days, and I don't. Then it goes back to that professionalism. You've lost that trust for them because they thought that you weren't going to, you were going to talk to them and you didn't. So follow up with everybody. When do you do it? Well, I've kind of mentioned it already, but I do it 1 to 3 times. So the first follow-up might be something, and Caleb said it really good. I don't want to repeat what he said on this part, but, you know, it might be just, hey, I just wanted to follow up with you. We talked last week about possibly looking into the coaching business. Do you have time to chat today? They'll get back with you because I asked them a question. It's an action statement. And they'll say, yeah, no, I don't have time today, but maybe on Friday. Perfect. I'm free at 3 o'clock and at 5 o'clock. Which one works for you? And there's your follow-up. You get to follow up with them that way, and then you can talk to them. Or let's say it was a challenge, you know, group. Well, hey, you know, we talked last week, or I saw that you had liked my my post on Facebook about the challenge groups. Did you have any questions about that? Because I'm starting it soon, and I'd love to answer any questions. It's fun, it's excellent, and it gets results. What do you think? And you get them started. Then I put it in there. If I don't finish the conversation, if I have not put them down as they're a coach, or I have not put them down as they're a challenger, then I will mark it for another day or 2 out, feeling out the conversation. You got to be smart about this. And then I will do it again. Hey, you know, when we reached out last time, we didn't really come to a firm closure on your challenge pack. Did you decide you wanted PIO, or did you want Max 30? Because Max 30 is on sale, PIO's not, but they're both going to get you what you were looking for. And at least they'll answer you back. And then by that 3rd time, if they're really not following up with you, it's, hey, I don't want to bug you. I just want to make sure that I'm following up, because to me, I would like that from somebody else to reach out to me several times, because life does get busy. And I'm figuring that's probably what's happening to you. So please just shoot me a little note. Tell me, hey, not interested right now, or I really am interested, or guess what? I just want to talk about the weather. I mean, the thing is, you just want to be there for them. And if it takes 3 times, then do it 3 times. But after 3 times of really throwing yourself out there and trying to get a follow-up, and they're not communicating with you, span that time for number 4 till like a month down the road. It could be they were out of town. And by the time they get it, they don't want to have spam from you. You know, 3 times is enough. So keep that in mind. How do you want to do it? I just explained. So I do the 3 follow-up method just like Caleb Thomas does, and I'm going to give you his video because he's quick, simple, to the point. But if you have not been applying, you haven't been putting things together, you haven't been writing things down and thinking that what you're doing is fine, then it won't be fine, because it won't get you past this point. All right? It's time to jump in a little bit further. It's time to connect with more people. That means you have more follow-ups. That means you have to spend a little more time with the business. But as you do so, if you're going for the minimum, you're going to get the minimum. But if you start giving yourself more people, that means you'll have more participants and more coaches, and your business is starting to take off. So guys, apply this information now. Print out the coach tracker. Make your own coach tracker. If you do, I want to see you coach tracking. So below, if you have your own coach tracker, show it to us, or explain to us how you've been tracking your people so far. Take care, guys, and we'll talk to you soon.